Before we had Insta and Facebook and Twitter, before we had Snapchat and Bebo and MySpace, before we had cameras we answered the phone with, before we had Polaroids and film in long boxes, before we had pictures in professional studios, before we had portraits, before we had charcoal, before we had berries we spat on a wall, before we had anything like that at all, we looked at ourselves and we liked what we saw. We rendered our image wherever we could, carved soft in marble and etched deep in wood, painted on ceilings, the walls and the floors, small as a thumbnail and big as a door. We squeezed into booths, pulled faces and laughed, documented the truth, we were young, we were loved. We squinted our eyes to block out the sun in photos of summer with comrades in arms. Lucy, the girl with the massive blue eyes, Olivia with the masses of hair, Karen, the girl so shy that she hid, who moved to Australia, had lots of kids, Jackie the redhead, Samantha her sister, Jane the goth, if her mum had just let her, Lynn with the smile and the perfect hair, Wendy my bestie, and we danced everywhere. Those pictures we took were markers in time. Those pictures we took were of women in progress, and who we became was in spite of ourselves. And I look back now at the pictures from school of me in red tights searching for something and time that seemed eternally winter, and I smile because it didn't matter. When everything clashed, when the whole class laughed because I had the worst school photo in history, I look back now and see I was pretty and funny and clever, and I never knew it then, and I sometimes doubt it now, yet somehow I manage to like what I see. We live in a world where we judge every image, where words like narcissist and wanker and twat and vain and trout pout and duckface and vapid are used to describe an act of self-love, an act of self-care, an act of expression, an act of rebellion against inner judgments. I'm riddled with doubt. We tilt, we pout. We like and we edit, we post our selfies on Insta for likes. The double-tapped hearts are our salvation. Check notifications for some validation. It's complicated, see, because I love a good selfie. A snapshot into a moment of time where someone felt good enough to really be seen. Someone felt good enough to be shown to the world. Someone felt good enough to put themselves out there. Someone felt good enough. If you liked that, then subscribe to my channel.